Welcome back to Just Making It. Today I'm going to do a preview of Greenhill Farm. I'm in Cambridge Springs, Pennsylvania. I'm off of Route 77, and this auction is going to be April 12th at 9 a.m. I believe this is just a live auction, so you have to be present. And a lot of people think that this is just a typical auction, and others think that it's a tradition. So it's the 43rd annual spring consignment sale. So come on, let's see what they got. Okay, the first item here, front row, we've got a little Kubota tractor. We all know Greenhill Farm is a Kubota dealer, so you're going to see a lot of little Kubota tractors. It's an LX 3310. It's got the front bucket here, loader, four-wheel drive, and let's take a look inside real quick. Here's what the inside looks like. That is a neat little tractor. Look at that. Huh. You can actually throw a brush hog on the back of this and you're good to go. It's got a little 540 PTO in the back, 3-point hitch. Nice. Okay, look at this tractor. 4650 John Deere. Four-wheel drive, duals in the back, big loader. That's a heavy loader right there. Let's take a look at the rear end here. You've got 3 outlets, 3 sets right there. Now you have an adapter. It looks like they extended this out here. It's a 1000. It's got a little like coupler on it. There you go. You could do some work with that. All right, check this out. This tractor right here. It's a New Holland T4 110. It does have the DEF, okay? I don't know what year this is, but it's got a nice loader on it. It's got the skid steer quick attach right there. And if you come around back, you also get a mower that extends out. Check that out. You can do a lot of work with this. How many farmers need their trees trimmed along their field or just like right along the road? Look at that. Walk around here. We'll take a quick look inside here. You could see the controls for the mower in the back are right there. There's a radio right there, little buddy seat. Really nice. Okay, here's a BX 2370 front end loader. It's got 3-point hitch. It's got a 540 PTO in the back. And it's a mower. Very nice. Okay, here we got a Woods belly mower here. And here's a Kubota. Nice size tractor. It's got the quick attach. L60 60 Kubota. Looks like 4-wheel drive. 540. It's got 1 set of hydraulic outlets here. That'd be a nice working tractor there. Okay, here we got a back blade, it looks like. Then we have a International 354 right there. Okay, back end, you got a 540. There might be, what, one outlet right here. Yep. Okay. Here's a C50 Case International. Probably a 50 horsepower. And here's a Land Pride brush hog. Looks to be about 5 feet. Now this thing looks pretty new. Look at this. John Deere 1025R. Belly mower. Front loader. Looks to be 4-wheel drive. That's a nice little tractor. And it's got the 540 3-point hitch. And you get a toolbox in the back. Okay, here's a scooper bucket. Looks like 3-point hitch. And then we have a Kubota. It's got a belly mower, B7 800. Right there. Front end loader. Nice little tractor. And this is what the rear end looks like. Okay, over here we have a Mahindra. We got a little backhoe on the back. This thing would be fun. Little backhoe on the back. It doesn't have a mower on it. Looks to be 4-wheel drive, front end loader on it. Quick attach bucket. That's pretty cool. It's a 26 XLT HST Mahindra Max. It's got a nice comfy seat on it. There's what the dash looks like. Very nice. Check this out. This is, guess what brand this is? This is a Massey Ferguson belly mower. Okay, I got GC 1723E. That's what kind of tractor that is. Got a nice little loader on it. There's a lot of tractors this size here, guys. If you're interested in something this big, you got a lot to choose from. All right, here it looks like, I'm gonna say this is a 6-footer, maybe a, yeah, I'd say about a 6-footer brush hog. Here's a snow blower, New Holland, 716C snow blower. And here's a Kubota B2650. Okay. Front end loader. Doesn't have a mower. And there's what the back end looks like. All right. Here we got a, it's gas. Let's see here. It's got a drop the bar in the back. Okay, it's got a PTO right there. Model A International right there. And that's gas. Okay, here we got a John Deere 2305, and it looks like you get a snow blade with it, or a blade in the front. It's got a belly mower. Looks like it's 4-wheel drive. Okay, PTO. Very nice. Okay, here we got a Kubota 4-wheel drive belly mower, front loader. It's a BX 1870. There you go. And here we got a BX 2670 with a cab. Look at this little thing. This would be fun. Snow blade or blade. Three-point hitch, 540. Here's another Mahindra Max 28XL HST 4-wheel drive. It says 5-year warranty on it. It might be up. There you go. I like this loader stick here. Look how easy that is. That's cool. Okay, here we got another blade. Looks like skid steer attachment. A wooden trailer. This would be nice. You could hook it to a 4-wheeler. You could throw a calf in there, hay bales. That's pretty cool. Here we got a Kubota BX 2230. Doesn't have a mower on it. Loader, 4-wheel drive. 540. There you go. Here's an M6040. Okay, 4-wheel drive, cab. This would be a useful tractor here. Here's what the inside looks like. Right there. Okay, it doesn't look like it has DEF. Let's go to the back here. It's got a 540. It's got one set of hydraulic outlets. Yep. Nice. Okay, here's another snow blower. Allied 3-point hitch. Okay, here's a Kubota tractor. It's an MX 5200. Quick attach bucket, 4-wheel drive. That's a nice little tractor. Take a look at this. It's got a backhoe on it. 2-stick. Very nice. Everybody can use a tractor like this. Okay, next one. We got a B2650 Kubota. Quick attach in the front. 4-wheel drive. Doesn't have, let me see if the 3-point hitch is in the bucket here. No, it doesn't have 3-point hitch in the back. Somebody took the arms off. Okay, next tractor. This looks like a Cub. The colors of it. Belly mower. Yeah, international. Don't know what size that is. Cub low boy. It looks like The stickers are sort of faded. It's gas. I can't make that out. Oh, it's a 154 right there. Just barely make that out. Okay. Next tractor, a Massey Ferguson 65. Gas. This would be a good tractor to rake hay with. Here's the carburetor. Controls. It's got a 540. 3-point hitch. Back tires look good. Tread looks good on them. Okay, here's a backhoe. Taylor way. It's a 3-point hitch. You can put onto a tractor. And next to this, we got a Kubota RX 2230. And that is 4-wheel drive. Looks like it just hooks right up to that bucket there. I don't see a quick attach. And there's no belly mower on it. And there's the back end. Okay, next to this we have a Coyote right here. 4-wheel drive, front end loader. That is a Coyote. Tires in the back look real nice. 540 PTO. Okay, next to this we have a BX 1800 Kubota, 4-wheel drive. There's no belly mower on this. There you go. Next to this we got a post hole driller. Next to this we got a single plow, 3-point hitch if you're looking for one plow. Okay, next to this we've got a brush hog here. Now this thing looks, I'm going to say it's at least 10 feet. 2 gear boxes on it. Next to this we got a back blade. Okay, next to this we got a Woods SS52 snowblower, 3-point hitch. And next to this we got guess what? Another Kubota. There's a backhoe on it. That looks like a heavier backhoe there. And this is a Kubota L2850. Right there. Okay, next to this, take a look at this. Whew, looks almost brand new. An LX 2610 Kubota. It's got the quick attach. And it's got a nice cab. Let's take a look inside here. Oh yeah. There's what the dash looks like. Very nice. Okay, come around back here. And you got your PTO, 3-point hitch. Very nice. Okay, here is, guess what? Another Kubota. 4-wheel drive. It's got that deluxe cab. Got a front blade. There you go. keep you out of the snow. Okay, here's a set of hires or rippers, 3-point hitch. Here's a Woods brush hog. That looks to be about, I'm going to say 4 feet. Here's another brush hog. This thing looks heavy duty. Check this out. Look at the size of those gearboxes. There's 3 of them. That's a bush hog, brush hog. 3008. Next to that, we got a back blade. Another back blade. And here we got a Ford. Look at that. We got a front end loader. Look how heavy that bucket is on there. Holy cow. And that is gas, 4-cylinder. With the backhoe on it. Somebody could put that to good use. Looks like it's a 4-stick. There you go. It's probably a workhorse. Okay, next to this tractor we got another brush hog. It's got big tires in the back. Looks like an oldie but a goodie. Okay, here's a rototiller. RTR 1282. That thing looks pretty wide. I'm going to say it's, I don't know, 6-8 feet. Here's a belly mower. Another snow blower. Here's a little bucket. It looks to be, oh, it might be for a Kubota. Here's another Kubota tractor, 4-wheel drive B9200. Right there. 3-point hitch, PTO. Yep. All right, here we've got an IMT 539 Deluxe. And that looks like it's diesel. Look at that. IMT. That's got a sediment bowl right there. See that? But then if you go on this side, you have an injector right here. Isn't that something? Huh. All right, tread in the back looks pretty good. 3-point hitch. Looks like maybe one hydraulic right there. 540. Never seen one of these. Okay, here's a Woods brush hog. Looks brand new. If you're looking for a new one, right there's a beautiful one. Here's a Kubota 4-wheel drive B7 100. It's got a front blade on it, no belly mower. $540, 3-point hitch. Here's a back blade. Nice one. Okay, guess what this is? A Kubota L2850 4-wheel drive, front loader. And it's got a backhoe in the back. bush hog. There you go. Here's a belly mower, Beef Co. Here's a ground-driven manure spreader. Somebody with horses, a couple horses, there you go. Here's what the beaters look like in the back. Right like there. There you go. Okay, here's a Kubota B2910 with a belly mower. Front bucket. Three-point hitch, 540 PTO. Okay, here's a rototiller, Land Pride. I'm just guessing. This is looks like it's 4 foot. Here's a backhoe bucket. Believe it or not, a lot of people are looking for good buckets. This looks like a chisel for a backhoe. Here's another backhoe bucket. Right there. And look at this. A lot of people are looking for this size right here. It looks to be maybe 8 or 9 inch for digging ditches. There's one right there. I don't know what it would fit on. Some of them fit, you know, all kind of different backhoes. But that's a nice bucket right there. Here's a 2-bottom plow. Maybe 16 inch. It's a Ford. Okay, and here we got a Kinsey 2000 dry fertilizer. It's not no-till. It's a nice planter though. 6-row. Here's what the units look like. There you go. All right, check this out. Here's a Case International 5300 grain drill. Look how nice this is. It's got the press wheels in the back. That's a nice grain drill. We'll take a look inside. And it's got the small seed box and the large seed box. Yeah, this is nice. Pretty clean. Let's see if we can look inside here. Okay, here's what the small seed boxes look like. Oh, there's seed in there. There you go, you get seed with it. Looks like maybe some clover, Timothy. Nice. Let's look at the big box here. There's what the inside looks like, clean. That's a nice drill. If you're looking for a regular drill, there you go. Okay, next to the drill we got, let's take a look here, see what we got. That says 4217J on the stamp. It's got a carburetor. Looks like it's missing some things maybe. You can see right there. There's the carburetor. That's a lot of things missing right here. Okay. Four-cylinder. And in the back, you got a 540 3-point hitch, and you got one set of hydraulics right here. Yep. Okay, here we go. We got a set of discs. And even though these are a little rusty, they look like they're pretty good. It's Massey Ferguson. MF 520s. Massey Ferguson. Nice solid pair of discs. Okay, look at this beauty. 170 Alice Chalmers. Very nice. Carburetor. Somebody did a good paint job on this. Back wheel weights. Look how heavy that is. Nice tires in the back. Look at the tread. Wow. This is very nice. 540. You got 3 outlets in the back. Jeez, that thing's built like a tank. Look at that thing. There's all your levers. Right there. Here's what the dash looks like. I don't know. Somebody took... This thing is nice. Nice seat on it. Let's see how many hours are on this. Okay, it looks like they put a new gauge on. It's reading like 0. So it looks like all the gauges are changed and everything's real nice. I don't know, guys. Look at that tractor. It's all clean. Look at that. Very nice. Whoever did that did a good job. All right, here we got another manure spreader. Ground driven. This might be a Pequot, not sure. Here's what the back paddles look like. Okay, here we got a boom. Right there's a boom. And here's another snowblower, Woods SS52. Check this out. A dresser. Bulldozer. Everybody can use one of these. Here's what the tracks look like. Okay, they're not really rounded off too bad. That's what that looks like. Looking underneath here, looks pretty good. Here's what the gears look like. Right there. Not bad at all. Nice. You could do some work with this. It's a TD 8GLT. That's what that is. TD 8GLT. Looks like somebody put a new seat on there. Kubota seat. Nice. Here's what the front blade looks like here. Heavy duty. I don't know exactly what these would be for. Somebody put those on. There you go. And I know this runs because I came by here when the snow was on the ground and I could see the tracks then moving it up here. So there you go. Okay, here we got a sickle bar. Right there. And that is a John Deere. Right there. John Deere sickle bar. Okay, here's a Kubota BX 2680. It looks almost brand new. Belly mower, 4-wheel drive. Very nice. 3-point hitch. Okay, next to this we have a new idea cut conditioner. Okay, next to this we got a blade, and we have a McCormick International right there. That's gas. Let's go around it here for you. Tires are pretty cracked, and that looks like it could be not too comfortable, but you can always throw a new seat on it. And that tire is off the rim there. There's what the hitch looks like. And it has a 540 PTO. That's a fixer-upper right there. You can get that thing looking nice. But look in the back. I've never seen one like this. How low this seat is to the hood. So if you're on the back of this tractor, this is how low you'd be. Just barely looking over the steering wheel. Never seen one like that. And the numbers on it is 06. It's got hand crank in the front. McCormick 06. All right, here we got a blade right here. Next to this, we got a Woods FPS 84. Now this is one of those, this is pretty slick. You got the disc in the front. You got a seed box, okay, so it drops the seed. Then you got an aerator packer behind that. And then you got a complete packer in the back. Isn't that cool? This is for food plots and stuff like that. Let's see. Yep, there's a small seed box. This thing has 3 seed boxes. One here, and a big one right there. That's cool. Looks pretty brand new. Okay, here's another seeder. Casco. Made in Indiana, it looks like. It's got a packer, a seeder, and it's got discs in the front, and it's 3-point hitch. Huh. That must be a meter wheel right there. Drop that on the ground. Starts planting. Nice. Okay, check this out. A pair of discs. I've never seen discs like this, but that's how they're shaped. It looks like a half a disc to me, but it goes around in an angle. It's got huge blades in the back. Oh, it's got a hydraulic cylinder, which, isn't that something? Oh, that's up and down. But yeah, I never seen one like that. You could do some ripping with that thing. It's got a strong tongue on it too. Interesting. Okay, here we got a spike shovel right there. You want to do some potatoes or something. There you go. This looks like a little seed box of some sort. Here we got a little bucket. And there's your hookups. Looks probably for a Kubota. Here we got a saw blade. Looks like you could do some cutting with this. Look at that. Yeah, that's cool. That's just a saw. Anybody looking for skid steer pallet forks, here you go. There's a set right there for you. And this looks like a 4-row 56 planter. I used to have one of these. And it looks like it's missing a few things, but you know, you could probably use it for parts or fix it up. 4-row. Okay, here we got a auger. Okay. Then it looks like we've got a, trying to figure out what this is here. Let's see what it says on the tag. I can't read it. Mineral. That is a mineral feeder of some sort. Don't ask me how it works. These things spin. I've never seen one like that. Huh. They must get mineral on these wheels and they lick it off. I'm not sure. I've never seen one like that. Isn't that something? Okay. Check this out, guys. A C232 New Holland 200 series skid steer on tracks. This thing is nice. Look at that. There's the inside. There is foot pedals, and I don't know if it's joystick, foot pedals, or what, but that's a nice skid steer. Anybody looking for one? Very nice. New Holland. Okay, here's a nice grapple. Look at that thing. Looks brand new. Skid steer. You can grab branches with that. Anything. Logs. Huh. Do some work. All right, here's a Massey Ferguson 165. Gas. It's got a front blade on it. There you go. That looks like to be electric. Huh. 165 Massey Ferguson. And it's got support bars going all the way back to the rear axle. Nice. Tread looks good in the back. Wheel weights. 3-point hitch. There you go, 540. Okay, next to that we got a Ford. Let's see if this is an 8N. We know this ain't gonna run here because this is not attached. Carburetor gas. It is a Jubilee. I used to have one of those. Golden Jubilee. There you go. Okay, here's a belly mower. This looks like another Pequot. I believe it's a, no, it's a new idea. These are new ideas. Ground driven. Here's what the back looks like. Next to this we have a Case. Gas. Right there. Let's see if we can find any numbers on it. Don't see. Case 410B. It's a 410B. PTO. It's got 2 hydraulics. And it looks like you get a wrench with it, or a pair of pliers. There you go. Okay, here is another older brush hog. We've got two of them right in a row here. Okay, look at this. Here's a trencher. Dig you some ditches. Looks to be skid steer. Yes. Skid steer attachment. And here we got another skid steer attachment. I'm not too sure. What is this thing? I'm not too sure what this is. Okay. Here we got a 320 John Deere skid steer. Looks like it came from a landscaping company, Oil City. It's got some weights in the back. Very nice. This is what the inside looks like. Right here. Okay. All right, so behind me I have a, looks like to be a 135 Massey Ferguson. Gas. Yep. Looks like there was something living up there. It looks like just like regular hay seed or something. Yep. There's what the rear end looks like. Okay, here's a Kubota 4-wheel drive, 3-point hitch. Has a PTO. No mower on it. This is a BX 2680. BX 2680. Quick attach. Has these sickle for a blade. That's unusual. Huh. All right, next to this we have a McCormick Farmel right there, Super C. Gas. Nice. That's a nice tractor. There you go. I know somebody that might like this tractor. But look at the tires. They're cracked in the back. You're going to need new tires. PTO. It doesn't have 3-point hitch. Just has that bar right there. So it has a hitch, straight hitch in the back. There you go. Super C. Okay, here we got a set of tires. And these are, let me get the size here for you. .420 85R34s. Not too bad. Next to that we got a cart. I don't know exactly, you can make something out of this. Here's a Cultimulture packer right here, heavy set. Looks to be, I'm gonna guess, 12 to 15 feet, maybe 14. Yep. Okay, here we got plow. Okay, for a truck, here's a V plow right here. Here's a scooper. Here's some mats, looks like regular mats. So you got a horse trailer or something. There you go. You can cut them. Looks like there's two of them there. Here's another V plow. Here's a big pusher. Skid steer, snow pusher. There you go. Here's some, I don't know exactly what that is. It looks like steel with some rubber, stainless steel, I believe. Here's some more mats. There you go for your horse trailer. Those are big ones too. I don't know, 5 feet by 10 or 12. No, that's longer than that. It's folded up. Jeez. Yeah, you could put that right in your trailer. Okay, here's a thrasher. I'm not too sure. There you go. Here's a tank with an old hand crank pump. We're in the back row, by the way. This is the very back, the end of it, where the big equipment is. Here's a brush hog. And here's one of those storage tanks. And here's another fuel tank. Don't have the caps. No pump on it. Here's a D40 Case International. Farmall International. Case International. 4-wheel drive. Nice little tractor. See what's in the back here. PTO. I don't see any hydraulic outlets back here. That'd be a nice hay tractor. Okay, next to this Case tractor, here's a little single plow. Look at the little wheel in the front. Huh. There's the hitch. Okay, here's a little tractor. It's got a blade in the front. It's gas. Let's see what this is. This is what the back looks like. Looks like there's some tire chains there. Maybe some parts in that box there to the right. Back tires look really good. Huh. Okay, next to this tractor we got a 4610 Ford. Okay, that's a nice size tractor. 4610-2 Ford. Looks like you got 2 sets of hydraulics in the back, 540. Back tires look pretty good, and it is diesel. Okay, next to that we got it looks like an older rototiller. Older. Right there, looks heavy. Look at the size of that gearbox. Sheesh. Maybe a 4-footer. Okay, next to that we got another snow blower, Woods SS60. Right there. 3-point hitch. Then we got a single plow. Okay. And I can see the words on this plow. It's a Massey Harris. That's a 2-bottom. Right there. Maybe 14-inch blades. Yep. Okay. Next to this, we got a hay tedder. I had a Pequa like this, a 710. This is, not too sure on the numbers on this. They do a pretty good job. They fluff the hay in a row. You know, they don't scatter it sideways. It goes straight up, straight down. There you go. Okay, here's a nice set of 2-bottoms. There's the hitch there. Now, I've never seen, usually there's coulters, but there's little shovels here. It's the first time I actually seen that. That's pretty neat. Okay. Next to that, it looks like we got some kind of, I think it's chicken coop. Let's take a look. Yes, sirree. This is a little coop. And it looks like maybe what, they lay their eggs up there? Huh. This ain't no chicken coop. This is a feed bin. It's a feed bin. Isn't that something? Huh. Well, if it's a feed bin, you got a little bit of cracks you got to take care of. There you go. Maybe you put your buckets in there of feed or drums just to keep it out of the weather. All right, we got a lonely wagon out here. H&S kicker wagon. Here's what the gears look like. And here's what the floor looks like. The floor looks like it's new treated lumber. See that? Oh yeah. Actually a nice wagon. I only see one of these here so far. Now I want to tell you, we've got a little bit more big stuff up here, then we're going to get to the smalls. But this auction, you could bring your stuff in April till April 9th, it says. And the auction's April 12th, 9 a.m. Okay, here's a back blade right here. Right there. And here's another, it looks like two plows. One's off right there. Okay. Now here is a M135X Kubota. And let's say it's 135 horsepower. That's a big tractor. It's got two set of hydraulics in the back. 540. Four-wheel drive. That'd be a nice work tractor right there. Look at that. Look at all this weight in the front. It's weighted down. Yep. MX135X. Okay. Now in the back here we've got another boom right there. And looks like a 3-point blade. Older blade. Another older snowblower. So yeah, they got plenty of room back here. They'll probably start here and keep on going. All right, let's go over to the smalls. Okay, here we got a little boat. There's a trailer. That's bumper pull. Here's a little pickup truck. You could put hay in it, whatever. Pretty neat. Mini truck. Here's a rowboat. Another trailer. This one's pintle hitch. We've got a picnic table. We got some wishing wells, bird houses, and look at those hunting shacks. There's two of those. And then there's this nice trailer, cargo trailer it looks like. Bumper pull hitch. Thing looks like it's 20 foot maybe longer. Here's a nice swing set for somebody. Kids would love this. Slide, all kind of stuff. There you go. Here's a nice shed. They always got a shed or two here. Here is a bumper pull trailer. Looks to be, I don't know, I'm going to say 16 feet, maybe 18, 16. And then here's another trailer. It's got a steel floor on it, bumper pull. Here's a set of axles. Not too sure what those are off of. And then here's a cattle trailer, livestock trailer. It's bumper pull. Okay, here is another trailer. It's got sides on it and it's bumper pull. Right there. It's got a box in the front. Here's another cargo trailer. It's bumper pull. Okay, here's a camper. Wilderness by Fleetwood. Bumper pull. Pretty nice. Looks like an older trailer or camper, but it's nice. Okay. Okay, now look at all these tractors and belly mowers. There's some four-wheelers. There's a bunch of side-by-sides. I'm just going to walk through here and just scan my camera. And at the end of my video here, I'll have some more drone footage and I'll like slowly go over all this stuff in case something catches your eye. So there's some nice mowers in here. Now I think these mowers over here, I'm not too sure. They have one side that doesn't run too good and just for parts, and the other side are all good. So I'm not too sure what's going on here. So let's go over here. There's more mowers. If you're looking for a lawnmower, I mean, this would be a good place, and a lot of people are looking for them. But look at all these mowers. Here's a four-wheeler. It's a Honda. Looks in pretty good shape. It looks like the camo's worn off. I guess you could say now it's snow camo. But yeah, it's a Honda. Huh. And then you got some zero turns. You got all kind of different mowers. Kubotas, all different brands. There's another Honda four-wheeler. That one's real nice. It looks like, I don't know if they're selling those tires separate in the back or they're coming with it. But there you go. It's got a blade in the front. That thing's in good shape. Honda Rubicon. Just walk through here. Now back here in the back, they got side-by-sides. Here's a John Deere 855. It's got power steering. Another John Deere side-by-side. And another side-by-side. And over here is a Kubota diesel side-by-side with a cab. Look at this bed on it. They put side rails on it. Looks like a workhorse. There's a hitch, heavy-duty hitch. Huh. Diesel. So I'm just going to walk through here, show you a little bit of their mowers. You could see, look at all these mowers. Some of them look really new. There's more side by side. There's snowmobiles right there. It would have been a good year for a snowmobile. We had quite a bit of snow and hung around. There's a little scooter. I could use that. Okay, I'll show you the there's another diesel Kubota side by side. That thing's really nice. I don't know, they might have reserves on some of this stuff. I'm not sure. You would think they wouldn't let it go too cheap. So, all right, that's some of their mowers. Okay, now I'm going to start down this section of smalls, and it goes to the end there. So I'm just going to go through and we're just going to look, see what they got. There's a compressor there. There's another compressor on a skid right there, wrapped up. And some post hole drillers there, heaters, motors, weed whackers, chainsaws, a lot of chainsaw parts right here. Look at that, a whole skid. Look at this, everybody needs one of these. There's a deer stand right there. There's 4 tires, they're decent shape. Those are 255/70 R17s. Pretty nice. Here's a table saw right there. There's more chainsaws, weed whackers. There's a trap right there, chains. Look at this, a skid of rope. I think you're gonna buy the whole skid. And all different sizes. That would come in handy, huh? Yeah, ropes. Okay, here's a little bird coop right there, or anything. What do we got back here? We got a deer feeder right there. And here we got some toolboxes. They look brand new. Carts. Boy, these would come in handy. Look at that. That's locked up. Look at that one. That's locked. Very nice. Okay, you got skids here. I'm not going to touch that. That's all covered. It looks like you got some hydraulic control stuff there on that skid. Looks like some screens. Here you got, oh, this might be gun safes? Yeah, looks like some safes. Now, not your heavy duty ones, like gun cabinets, I guess you might want to call it. Here's another toolbox. It's wrapped up. Check this out. You've got toolboxes galore on this skid, and it looks like they're selling it all for one money. Look at that. Jeez. Now you just need all the tools to put in it. And what's this? Not too sure what that is. There's some shingles. And look at this. There's a skid of these drawers for like nuts and bolts. Look at that. The whole skid. One money. And a toolbox down there. Then there's some augers for holes. There's another skid of rope. And it looks like they're selling it all one money. There's some old fence. What's behind it here? An air compressor, some barbed wire. Then you got some tires here, BF Goodrich. They look like they're a little worn, but this would be good for, what size is this? 275, 65, 16s. I was gonna say hay wagons and stuff, but mine are 15. Here's some tires on rims. Right there. Check this out. There's some Ford. These are nice. 235, 45, 18s. Car tires. Tires are in real good shape. The rims are real good shape. Look at that, all one money. There's some fence posts there. Steel post. Here's a sprayer tank right here. And we got a bicycle, and it looks like cookers. We got some more fence, old fence. Here's a shop vac. Somebody looking for a shop vac. Another shop vac. Yep, some trimmers. Air compressor. Here's some pumps, water pumps, hoses. Here's a little air compressor, 26 gallon. Max PSI 155. And then it looks like some tire chains there. And there's some regular chains there. There's some gating. Some kids' bikes. Here's some bigger tires here. These are Discover AT3s, Cooper, 275, 65, 18s. Right there. Okay, ladder, wooden ladder. Here's a, looks like a stove here. It's all wrapped up. Nice. Pellet stove maybe? Or wood stove? Not sure. Let's see what this says. Doesn't say anything. Here's a little conveyor, roller conveyor. And not too sure what this is here. Here's a ladder, aluminum ladder. Looks like a mailbox. Hydraulic cylinders, this little seeder here, and a bike, and toolbox for a truck, and it looks like a cart. I don't know exactly what that is. Feed cart maybe? Yep, feed cart. So there you have it. This is all the smalls that I just showed you down this line. The motors, and then all the big stuff's out in the field there. Before I leave Greenhill Farm here, I just want to say that Greenhill Farm, look at these tractors, guys. And we all know these smaller Kubota tractors are rated pretty high in quality, and they have them here. They got mid-size, they got the large ones on the end, and you know, whatever you want, it looks like they got them. Another thing I want to point out is Greenhill Farms got all these side-by-sides. Kubota, from diesel to gas, all different sizes, cabs, you know, roofs, no roofs. You could probably build one. There you go. And then they got all these little compact tractors that we've just looked at the sale. They got them brand new right here. Four-wheel drive, loaders. There you go. And then if you look over here, look at this. If you're looking for a zero turn, they got lawn tractors, regular garden tractors over there, but they got Grasshopper, and here's all your Kubotas, zero turns. All different sizes, different features. Check them out. And this is on the sign right there. Kubota, Grasshopper, Steel, Woods. They probably sell some other brands. I want to say April 26th, Tri-State Auction Services is going to have their auction. It's on the corner of Route 6 and 89 in Corey, Pennsylvania. And that starts at 9 o'clock also. And Ray is getting a lot of equipment up there. Check that one out. All right, thanks again for watching Just Making It. We'll see you next time.